Plaint of the camel. Canary birds feed on sugar and seed, parrots have crackers to crunch, and as for the poodles, they tell me the noodles have chicken and cream for their lunch. But there's never a question about my digestion. Anything does for me. So, here in the first stanza, canary birds feed on sugar and seed, parrots have crackers to crunch. So, here somehow poet wants to explain that canary birds and parrots, they are having their proper lunch. Okay, they want sugar, if they want seed, whatever they want they have. Okay, in the third line it explains that all the poodles, even though any pet, if it is cat or dog, they have their proper feed और they have proper lunch, है ना, जो भी उनका खाना होता है वो उनको proper मिलता है. Have chicken and cream and for their lunch. उन्हें चिकन चाहिए तो चिकन ऑफ़र किया जाता है, अगर वो क्रीम खाना चाहते हैं उन्हें क्रीम दिया जाता है. If it is they want noodles, they get it. But there's never a question about my digestion. So here camel complained. प्लेंट मीन्स कि यहाँ पर कैमल कंप्लेन कर रहा है कि बट नथिंग, नो बडी केयर अबाउट मी, किसी को भी मेरे बारे में खाने का नहीं सोचना है. नो बडी केयर अबाउट इट, एनीथिंग डज फॉर मी, मुझे जो भी मिलता है आई एक्सेप्ट दैट वन वेरी कैजुअली. नाउ लेट्स स्टार्ट द सेकेंड स्टैंजा ऑफ द पोम. Cats here aware can repose in a chair, chickens can roost upon rails, puppies are able to sleep in a stable, and oysters can slumber in pails. But no one supposes a poor camel dozes any place thus for me. So here in the second stanza again camel complain about the house. It doesn't get any type of house, it doesn't get any type of area or a special treatment about shelter. Okay, so let's understand. Cats, you are aware, can repose in a chair. So cats, they can repose anywhere, on chair and anywhere. Chickens can roost. Roost is a place of you can say a rest place of any bird. Okay, so here chicken get also a place of rest. Then puppies are able to rest anywhere, stable, or they are having puppy houses are there. Oysters can sleep anywhere in a pails. And but no, whenever we the talking about my sleep, it means talking about camel's sleep, and nobody cares about it. I am where that the same place I can sleep. Nothing is special for me. Whatever is the place provided for me, I just adjust with that place only. So in the both of stanzas, you can learn about that camel complains about the feeding items and it doesn't get any type of rest place. So that's why it complained. Okay, now let's move further. Let's see in the further stanza what we are having as a complaint of camel. Lambs are enclosed where it's never exposed. Coops are constructed for hens. Kittens are treated to houses well heated, and pigs are protected by pens. But a camel comes handy. Wherever it's sandy, anywhere does for me. So in this stanza, camel says that lambs are enclosed where it's never exposed. Lambs are having places and where they are easily not getting any exposure, यानी वो बाहर नहीं दिखाई देते. They are in the enclosed places. Coops are constructed for hens. Hens के लिए भी coops constructed किए जाते हैं जहाँ पे hens को रखा जाता है. Kittens are treated to houses well heated. Kittens are kept in the houses. And pigs are protected by pens. And pigs are also having place to live in. But whenever we talk about camel are really very handy. They are always in the desert, or you can say sandy places. So anywhere does for me. So when we talk about place or shelter, it again gets nothing. So this is also, I think, a very decent complaint of camel. Let's see the next stanza. People would laugh if you rode a giraffe or mounted the back of an ox. It's nobody's habit to ride on a rabbit or try to bestraddle a fox. But as for a camel, he is ridden by families. Any load does for me. So here again, camel complains one new complaint. People would laugh if you rode a जिराफ. तो यहाँ पर वो बात कर रहा है कि अगर आप एक राइड लें जिराफ की तो मे बी पीपल विल लाफ. और इफ़ यू माउंटेड बैक ऑफ एनी ऑक्स, अगर आप ऑक्स की सवारी करें तो भी लोग आपके ऊपर हंसेंगे. देन नो बडी हैज़ एनी हैबिट टू राइड ऑन रैबिट. रैबिट के ऊपर भी कोई राइड नहीं करता. और इफ़ यू राइड फॉक्स, अगर फॉक्स के ऊपर आप बेस्ट्रेडल मीन्स क्या होता है, एक पैर पार करके बैठना, है ना. तो उस तरीके से भी अगर आप फॉक्स पे बैठेंगे तो पीपल विल लाफ ऑन यू. बट वेन वी टॉक अबाउट कैमल्स, he is ridden by families. So many of families ridden on camel. Any load does for me. Or it's not about shelter, it's not about food, even any load does for me. यानी कि कोई भी लोड मेरे ऊपर आप रख सकते हैं. तो that is also complaint of camel. Now let's see the last stanza of the poem. A snake is as round as a hole in the ground. Whistles are wavy and sleek, and no alligator could ever be straighter than lizards that live in a creek. But camels are lumpy and bumpy and humpy. Any shape does for me. So in the last stanza, camel complains on its shape. Okay, यहाँ पर वो shape के लिए complain कर रहा है. What is it? A snake is as round as a hole in the ground. Snake अपने आप को पूरा round कर सकता है जैसे कि एक hole है in the ground में. Whistles are wavy and sleek. Whistles are the animals which are wild animals and with reddish brown fur. So these are wavy and sleek, and no alligator could ever be straighter. एलिगेटर भी पूरे तरीके से स्ट्रेट नहीं हो सकते. मे बी दे आर हैविंग सम कर्व्स एंड ऑल. देन लिजर्ड्स दैट लिव्स इन अ क्रीक. Creek means here a narrow area of water where the sea flows into the land. So lizards are like that. But camels all lumpy and bumpy and humpy. So camels, as you can see, a camel design, it's lumpy and bumpy. Hana, and any shape does for me. So whatever shape is given by God, it is not very good or not very flexible. So that is also a complaint of camel. This poem is written by C E Carryl, and the poet really express decent complaints of camel. I hope you like this explanation. Let's see one animation video to understand it better. This video is taken from Oxford Educate website. Let's see and enjoy the poem
on sugar
again.
And seed. Parrots have crackers to crunch. And as for the poodles, they tell me the noodles have chicken and cream for their lunch. But there's never a question about my digestion. Anything does for me. Cats, you're aware, can repose in a chair. Chickens can roost upon rails. Puppies are able to sleep in a stable, and oysters can slumber in pails. But no one supposes a poor camel dozes. Any place does for me. Lambs are enclosed where it's never exposed. Coops are constructed for hens. Kittens are treated to houses well heated, and pigs are protected by pens. But a camel comes handy wherever it's sandy. Anywhere does for me. People would laugh if you rode a giraffe or mounted the back of an ox. It's nobody's habit to ride a rabbit or try to bestraddle a fox. But as for a camel, he's ridden by families. Any load does for me. A snake is as round as a hole in the ground. Weasels are wavy and sleek. And no alligator could ever be straighter than lizards that live in a creek. But a camel's all lumpy and bumpy and humpy. Any shape does for me.